Hi there, Ron Villaver here of Variable Play, and welcome to another Open Game Night.
Open game
Open game
time.
night.
What's
Woo!
up, everybody? What's
Good
up?
evening.
Good evening.
It feels like it has been a long time since we've done this.
It's been
Really?
exactly 1 week, Ron.
It has just
Were
been
we on last
exactly-
week? I knew we were on last week.
I know.
Yes, we were.
I
Yes, we
missed
were.
you guys.
Oh.
Keo was not there. He was in the chat.
I was
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Gen Con. Today is Gen Con. Well,
wow.
Gone.
Today is day one. Today
And,
is day
I
one.
am a little bit excited about the Lord of the Rings reboot,
Yeah,
Oh.
FFG,
revised
right?
edition.
I was wondering about that.
So you can't use the one that you have right now. You have to buy the new one.
I don't
The
know.
reprints?
That's how they do the cycles, right? So
Well,
Magic does
it's
the.
typical FFG.
This is
But
FFG
again,
right
I'm,
here.
I'm okay with it because I approach LCGs more on the. Okay, I wanna get a core set, maybe one or two copies, but I know
that's
the
it.
new
Okay,
edition is already will play 4 players just
Oh,
from the
good.
base game.
Yeah,
So
because look
that's
at
really good.
That's good.
look at the Arkham Horror series, Mansions of the Mansions, right? Like you couldn't use first edition and second edition are not compatible, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah, it's
no,
not.
First,
Wait,
no.
the
First and second, I
the
think is.
characters, the characters and some of the tiles are, but the cards are practically obsolete.
Yeah.
That's what
So
actually
that's how
happened.
they refresh their brand. But it's okay because as board gamers, you eventually sell. them.
Yeah, or you know what? You have a bunch of minis that you can paint
Yes.
and do whatever you want as you usually do. Hey, good evening.
Good evening, Ronnie.
Ronnie.
Hey, Roni. Hey,
So
Roni.
that one was very interesting. I like
It is from the flight report, right?
yes.
Yeah.
I think you guys will be
From
covering that.
5
on the
hours
news.
ago.
Actually, we
News,
will.
news, news,
On-
news, news.
Tomorrow at 8 p.m., we're gonna have a news flash, and we'll be doing Gen Con.
Oh.
Good
That's
news.
Yeah.
Yay!
Ah,
Excellent.
right.
Excelente.
That's what we're doing. So
So
there you go.
Muy bien, muy bien, muy bien.
Muy bien.
The- I want you to feature one game though in Kickstarter
Which one?
because it's so like trendy at the moment, which is
Which one?
What is
Verdant.
this?
Oh yeah, we are going to, because I know Ron, the other Ron is
Is a plantito?
Ron
Is he a
Teruel.
plantito?
Yes,
Ah.
he has his eyes on it. Also, Jake.
Yeah,
So we're
it
gonna do
looks
that.
so good. It's basically plantitos and plantitas the game. You just keep collecting plants and you arrange them in your
Why
house.
is that term a thing?
Which one?
Plantitos and plantitas.
Plantitos and plantitas.
It is an
Sounds
absolute
like something
term.
you cook
That is
on the street.
that has been defined fully as a culture because of the lockdowns.
Yeah, Javi.
All right.
What he
so yeah,
what he said.
I guess I've just been in a bubble for too long that I've never heard this term, and so good on you.
All right. So
I guess me and Javi call it farmers.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
So what
because it
I
especially
mean,
last year.
if there's titos of tabletop, okay, fine, I understand.
It's pretty crazy because my like people steal plants. I mean, these
Right,
are just
I know,
plants, but they have reached to a level where
Is that a
certain
thing?
Akit
plants
bahay
are rare,
plants.
and
Wow.
they actually
That's not a
pick them up.
joke. That's not a joke.
Yeah,
People will climb your
Your fence,
your
just to
fence, your
steal
walls, and then steal plants
your
and then just climb out.
orchids.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're
No,
gonna dig
not
it or
orchids.
just cut it or just do whatever.
yeah.
See,
Is it
People are
that?
bored. Hi,
No,
Danny.
it's because they
Hey,
sell.
Danny.
Because yeah,
Hey, Danny Lin.
Save
if you
us
ever
from this
get to go to
discussion about
Tagaytay,
stealing
especially
plants.
that, that route 10 mark,
Silang. Silang.
exactly the one where it
It's a
passes through
junction,
Silang,
right?
there's this complete long road, winding road, but it's just garden after garden after garden after. It's like if you're a
That's
plant
kind of like in
person,
BF. Yeah, the Concha Cruz area has that too.
Yeah.
yes, but
That's
this one
true.
is like with the specialties and all of the rare plants and every possible pot and
Oh, rare
accessories.
Oh,
plants.
wow. Well, you know what? I'm fine with people stealing my plants. Just don't steal the heirlooms that I keep on my shelves.
Hey, how about the legendary ones?
Those
Hey,
games that
we're
you
gonna
don't
go
open
off
and
the
play.
rails in no time. So,
We
what have you guys
started by
been
talking about plants, sir.
Yes. So
that was Ron's
talk
fault.
about
So.
that. I've already hearted it hard,
I will. I'm gonna mention it to them. So anyway, hello
but
everybody.
I haven't
hearted it.
backed it. I'm still because there's a few other games. The dog park also looks very interesting, and then
Okay.
the solo game, the
Okay,
the
Clint, I am
wallet game.
interested by what you mean by this.
Hi, Clint.
Hey Clint, hello. So thank you for joining us. If you're here, we ask that you would that you don't mind if you can share us so that we could people can
Yeah,
join
yeah, man.
in our conversations.
If you're watching this, share it. Get people involved. This is a community
Right.
thing.
And we
Yes.
have a good topic for today. We're gonna be talking about premium feels for value meals. No, I'm kidding. For value.
Enough,
That
please don't
now
reveal
now
bad
it
shit. I
finally
know.
reveals
You've been
why.
expecting that term for like what, a week now?
Oh, yeah, enough, man. Please.
Sorry.
It's
Sorry.
even in the matchup
It's been
community
more
now.
than a
Like you
week.
guys gotta give it a
It's
rest.
it's a
I
week too late.
mean,
But anyway,
Larong Atin
we're
already took the initiative to handle the topic for him. But you
so
have
we're,
it
we're
with
gonna
you.
we're gonna be doing this. We're gonna be talking about that. So we would like to have people to chime in on the comments and talk about
Oh, yeah.
games that they have that feel premium either by components or by gameplay or experience, and they got it for a very reasonable price, if not cheaper price. So that's what we're gonna be talking about. And
Hey, if you've got a
before
game with a velvety feel in the box, yeah. Ooh.
Velvety feel.
that's Stone Mayer games.
What? No.
Yes.
You start. You
Velvety
have to
feel.
start fires in your camp, in your fireplace, because you're the kind of person that can afford those things.
I cannot buy it anymore. So
Okay, so to answer this question, no, I have not culled my collection. Although
He's
I have been
cleaning.
let it go. Oh, yeah, no, I'm in the process of moving home. So
ooh, cool.
Ooh.
So while you're doing that, what have you been playing this week?
I finally got to play Magic after I cannot I cannot remember how long.
Like face to face, like face to face
No,
magic.
webcam Magic. No, I'm not leaving
Okay.
the home. No way. No, but I was finally able to play
Like,
competitive
why am I-
EDH again. And
Ooh.
even though I didn't win any games, it was just awesome to play high level Magic again, and still keeping up with my weekly Star Realms event. So that's
Cool.
about it.
Nice.
Pause. Hi, Luvin. Hello, Luvin.
Yes, hi, Louis.
Obsession.
That's his answer. That's a new game,
Obsession.
and
You know,
that's
isn't
his
that a-
premium feels.
Is that a cologne for men? Obsession.
That's an old cologne, right?
Oh, now
But-
I remember that name.
I work for the Saturday night.
Now that you brought it up.
Drakar Noir ba yan, pre?
Draken
Dracar Noir.
Kenneth Cole Black.
Excuse me, sir. Your age is showing.
I know, right? You
Gucci Eternity nga yun. The best pa rin.
All right,
Strix
Keo.
Hunter.
What have you
I
been
mean,
playing, Keo?
Well, I've been playing solo this deck of regular cards. I've
That
been,
looks really cool.
It's
yeah,
nice.
it's a regular deck of 52
Mhm.
cards, but it's a werewolf theme, which means you can actually play werewolf with it.
Seriously?
So it's
Like,
Yeah,
really?
The
So wait,
king is the
please
hunter.
tell me you've been playing a solo game of werewolf.
Oh, I've been lying
Yes.
to myself for a long time now. I've been lying to myself for a long time now, but that's okay. I've been playing this Say it's solitaire. Hey, you can play it in solitaire, but yeah, this game
Oh,
is cool.
someone's
Okay.
requesting to see one card,
Oh,
man.
one card. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
show them
No problem.
the
Let's show
ace,
them here's
the people, the
here's the
high
seer.
cards.
Here's the seer.
Ooh.
You see that? That's a seer. So
Okay.
every night, the seer can see one person's affiliation. We got the king, who is the hunter. If he dies, he can choose to whoever should be killed with him. And there's the witch and the guard, the usual. Yeah, cool. And
Right.
the werewolf would look like this. The
So
basic.
wait,
face.
I'm sorry, Clint just wanted to clarify. He wanted to see the cards, but he said just a tip.
Really? You already, I didn't pick it up already, bro.
This is not that show.
I had to. I'm so sorry.
Oh
and
man.
When we need to pay for the bills on all of the tech
You
that
can't
we are
say
running,
those things.
we will go on to OnlyFans and
We're gonna go
put that
beat
in there.
See what you guys did. You made KO go away.
Oh no.
So that's
No,
Hi,
and
Clint.
he was clarifying. That's what he
I
meant.
know.
He wanted to see the
That's
tip
what
of
we
an
meant.
iceberg.
The tip of
Yes.
the cards, right? So that was
Right,
it, right?
children.
Right.
Hi,
sure.
Clint. Hello, Dwayne. You guys have
Hi,
to
Dwayne.
stop
Yes.
and greet people who come
I've
into
been
this
lying to myself a long time. Yes, that is quotable for KO. It's gonna end up in like the 2021 blooper reel.
We're gonna have that soon.
You know what, Rain? Yet if we do have the OnlyFans, you gotta join us.
Yes.
It'll be that time that we can finally say what we really feel. Unfiltered.
I'd pay money to view that one.
I told you I'm willing to do a review for board games that will just be a 5-minute long beeping sound because of all the profanity.
Hey, Kyo just had to do something, but he's not sanctioned yet. Maybe
No,
later.
Yeah, he
But-
still has a few strikes to go before he's sanctioned.
Let's go, Ron. How about you? What you been playing?
Actually, not much. I have been painting, so
Yeah, I saw the one that you posted. It's
So
almost
I,
done.
I
Or everything's
finally,
done.
I finally finished.
Oh, the
all of
aftermath things.
aftermath, and I'm pretty
That's so
proud
nice.
of my kitty. So that's kind of well done, and of course the main guy of the show. So that turned out
Wait.
really okay.
That looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
really
Looks
good.
like a rab,
I don't.
lab rat with pink
It
ears.
is a
Yes.
mouse, sir.
Yes. It's Messiah, right? So that's what I've been
You
doing.
get some love for your painted minis.
Yeah.
Gonna be
And
moving.
now I can start with Destinies. Woo! I'm excited.
Oh, how's that?
It's
How
so
that?
small.
Have you played it? Have you played
No.
it? Not yet.
Just
Yeah,
like,
no, we
just
we
like
all watched the unboxing, but like, get to the game.
Cool. Haven't been playing anything because work, and a lot of things that I have to edit. But been playing Arena. That's it. Nothing else. just like just like 20 minutes a day, and then we're done. And then we're good. That's all I do.
You know what's better
Alright.
than Arena, man? Just getting to actually hold and feel.
No, I can't. See,
Premium feels.
I can't play. I can't play with others, even if
You
I get
want-
cards.
Just
So.
want to hold the card.
Show them something shiny.
All right. So while Javi's doing that, oh, there you
Shiny,
go.
Look at that.
wait.
Look at that.
Ron
This
is
is
calling me out.
Showcase foil, full art from Ikoria.
That looks
Oh,
nice.
Okay.
Did I say 20 minutes a day? 20 minutes a game. A game.
Yeah,
need
it's
to
like
finish
20
4.
minutes is just like loading up one match.
I need to finish 4. There you go. And I'm doing it in between things that I'm typing and editing. So sometimes I have a streak. Most of the time I don't. So Half brain can play. Anyway, we're asking you guys to please share into your group so that more people can join in our conversation. So
Yeah.
tonight, we're gonna be talking about
Today, ngayong
games
araw.
that are premium feels, meaning either the components are really superb, excellent, so good, or the experience is, or what else? How did you do your list, guys? For a value price. So there you go.
I
That's what we're
actually
gonna be
had a
talking
lot
about.
of difficulty with the value part, but instead,
Wait, hi, hi, Sim,
yeah,
hi, Sim.
hi,
I see.
Hi,
hello,
Sim.
All right,
good
you were
evening.
saying value
And
part.
so I actually had a little bit of difficulty with the value side, because what might be considered like affordable to some people may not be for others. I mean, I backed a lot of projects, or a lot of games that I've gotten to try have been upgraded or deluxe versions. So what I instead pivoted the entire focus on is that a game that just delivers more in terms of component replayability, aesthetic art, that you're getting your money's worth, if not
Right,
more. So I'm not
right.
taking the price into consideration, but as much as possible, I'm not going to throw titles out here that are really outside of people's range. Like, we're not going to do mechs versus minions. It's awesome,
Mm,
but
I've
you're
been.
not going to see that.
I've
I did.
hardly seen that being on the table for some people here.
That's good, but that's basically the idea of what we're doing right now. I did price in relation to components that you get. So that's how I did my list. So this is how much I'm gonna be paying. And look, wow, looks nice components. My made my purchase worthwhile. So something like that. That's how I did my
Nice.
list. How did you do yours, Keo, Ron?
Me wait and
Like,
amount.
literally held the game up. Like,
Yeah.
yep, no, this feels like it's worth a lot of money.
Like, I'm gonna pay this for this weight. Yeah, that's gonna be worth it. There's gonna be something nice inside.
Translated
So,
tinimbang board games.
which is true, and also the amount of components.
Right. Cool.
Mhm.
See,
Because based
are you
on
getting
everyone's
the
collection, every time
value?
you buy something, you don't really look at the price because you've already had your mindset already that this is the price I can afford. So it's just a
Mm-hmm.
matter of what's inside this that I haven't seen yet in previews.
Mm-hmm.
Something like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Okay. Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Roan?
Cool.
So I did not put in small games.
Wow.
I know. Uh, because of the caveat, I was particular with the premium side. So definitely, if it's value for money, the whole Tiny Epic series, there's so many gems in there. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so much big game in such a small box. However, it still feels less premium, even if it's
Mm-hmm.
really nice components,
Yeah. Yeah.
but they're
Mhm.
really tiny, and you
It's
just don't have that
QB.
grand
it's so
feeling.
so fiddly, but it's so small.
Yes. So and you it would something has to sacrifice normally when you have to compress again the art. For example, my favorite Age of Civilization, it had to compress the art because there's nowhere else you can put the art. They had
Right.
to put the icons
Yeah.
and the mechanics, so there's nowhere else to put it, and they ended up putting the art in the manual because they
Mm-hmm.
had nowhere else to put it. So I avoided
A
those.
little bit bigger. Right.
I went for the decent value, but then once you open it up and you see everything, and then the mechanics and how everything works together, you just have this feeling of like, hey, I actually feel I could have paid a little bit more for that. So that
Right. Right.
is how
That's what we're
I
going for, right? So it's like you
yes.
got this game. It's like, wow, this looks so nice, and I only paid for this. Cool,
Mhm.
something like that.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
a
I
little bit of how it
expected
went.
this, but I got much, much more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Christmas all over every time you open something like that.
Okay. We have to mention this. Lubin was sharing with us games that he's been playing.
Okay.
Nice.
for
So Lubin has been
Destinies.
playing Robinson Crusoe solo. Did you win? And
And,
then
That game is just not worth the time. It's punishing. It's just too punishing.
he played Betrayal with Friends, Destiny solo. Nice.
Yes.
PAX, Transhumanity. I think I saw that you have the upgraded components for PAX. TTS, and then
Tabletop
Imperium
Simulator.
TTS.
TTS, Tabletop Simulator.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I mean,
Okay,
you
okay.
know,
Okay, okay. So PAX
with no
Transhumanity.
context, Betrayal with Friends sounds like a totally different game.
Yes.
It's like, what is this? It's like, oh, Betrayal. Okay.
Betray my friends. You call that real talk. Okay.
It's real talk. All right, cool. I have I have our stuff set up. So Ron, why don't you go first? Then we'll
Okay.
go next.
So
We're
my
playing left.
first. All right.
Playing left.
Clockwise.
So my first
Yeah.
one is okay. This one. Oop. There. So my first one
Wow,
is
that's our banner.
Ah,
is our banner.
Oh, I
It's
missed this
Crossmaster.
game.
Crossmaster.
Crossmaster.
Crossmaster Arena is a game that I owned, and when I got it, it's not cheap, but
Hello,
the
Jake.
amount of
Hey,
hi Jake,
Jake.
tantalizing
Good
the
evening.
amount of
Jake.
components and how well made these components were
Oh yes.
were just like, wait, this came from like I don't have to paint them. They're very hefty, heavy, and then the gameplay was quite fun, and there's so much variety. The art was so cool, and then on top of that, I was actually a big fan of the MMO before Crossmaster, which was Dofus. So that was just a really nice package, and I was impressed, and I was able to sort of relate with everything. So Crossmaster Miniatures, Clint, come
Yes, they do come
painted
painted.
perfectly. They're,
But-
they're not,
not just
It's a
But,
toy.
slapped
there is,
on.
but there is a
Real
caveat.
toys, Yeah.
Every character that you see here on this image have versions that have different alternate color schemes.
Yes, that is
Yes.
true.
Why?
no,
Yeah,
because
you can.
because
You,
it's
you
match.
go ahead. You explain.
yeah. So these are character classes. There are unique heroes in the game, but they're basically character classes. Like the guy with the hood is a Stran, if
Mage.
I'm not mistaken. um, Dofus and the whole Crossmaster world is a very unique fantasy world. The Kra for the archer, for example, they're very different. They play very different, and they're still sort of related to the typical fantasy ones, but
Different mythos.
it's its own world. It's a very unique system and very fun. You get all of these cute components. You get those trees in boxes.
Even
Yeah,
the
out of
sure,
the
right.
box.
right.
right. You
Right.
get the terrain.
Yes. So very impressive for all in one package. And then eventually they came up with the adventure one. That one I really wanted to get because you can now even play it sort of like a MMO RPG where you guys are playing and leveling up, going to different areas. This one here, it's a little bit faster for because it's really designed as an arena. You come in and you fight with
Yeah, this is designed to be a 2-on-2 arena fight.
Yes. So that's my first one.
Duel.
Cool.
Crossmaster Arena.
Cool. I guess I'm going next. My first one is this game, and like I said before we went on air, this game gives me zen for some weird reason. I don't know if it's the painting, the combination of colors, but look, paintbrushes right here. Paintbrushes and a sushi mat.
So what game is this?
What game is
Kanagawa.
this?
I'm sorry. See, Zen took me away quickly.
We lost
No,
you there,
no,
Denmark.
Denmark.
sorry, coming back. This is Kanagawa for a price that's lower than $40 or less than 2,000 pesos. You can play 4 players. Nice art, nice quality of cards, nice components. I fell in love with those paintbrushes because they are one unique piece, and you're not gonna find anything like that in. I haven't seen any other game that has that component or anything that resembles that. So you have this sushi mat where you lay down the cards. Every time I bring this out, hey, this is for sushi. No, that's where we place our cards.
Yes.
Yeah, but this is a pretty good pick. It's very clean and like minimalist in a way. So, I know that you like it's a very simple design, but at the same time, like the individual little pieces of art here are gorgeous.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm not good at this game. Like, I don't think I've ever won a game of Kanagawa, but yeah, it's always nice to see it laid out in the table.
Right.
And I like
Clint,
it
Very
because of
stylish,
the
simplistic.
Coloretto
yeah.
system.
How you're getting
For
cards,
the
right?
for the drafting. Because I always like that mechanic in Coloretto, but Coloretto is it's lizards with different colors. That's
So
it.
so Clint was saying that I'm sorry, I have to correct myself. It's not sushi, it's for maki rolls. That's what what you do.
That's true.
And for those who don't know, the way that you play Kanagawa is that you are trying to paint different scenarios, and you're trying to achieve
Hi,
certain.
Wilson.
Hi, Wilson.
Hey, Wilson.
Good
Hey.
evening, Wilson.
Good evening.
You're trying to get certain goals like this one. It's either you paint a combination of animals, a combination of people, or trees or buildings, and that's how you score points. So you're drafting lessons, and you're trying to paint it into your tableau. And whoever has there are certain scoring conditions like continuous seasons, combinations that you finish. But basically, that's it. You're just card drafting, and there are player powers, but basically, you paint, and it's nice to look at. So there you go.
It's
That's
like
my
a more portable version for me
Kanagawa.
of Tokaido. That's the feel of this game to me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Although we don't go in lines, right?
Yes, but you're still
We
drafting.
draft. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my. I think I got this for 1,800.
Oh,
It's
good deal.
it's yellow. Yeah,
Hey, that's good.
that's brand new. So
Not bad.
uh, when I opened it up, I was like, "Hey, this looks really good and not bad for that price." So there you go.
Yep. Yep.
That's mine. Javi,
Yeah,
your
all
turn.
right. You get the image, right?
Yeah.
All right, there. Yep. So my number
Yes.
3 for tonight is
Beautiful. Look at that.
Adrenaline. When I saw the box of Adrenaline, the cover art itself kind of set different expectations. When it was laid out and that we were finally playing it, like it has the color cubes that you would maybe get in like a pandemic. It
Yeah,
has
that's
like
pandemic
blood
cubes.
drops. It has molded transparent skulls.
Skulls.
It has
Yes.
minis. It has room
Minis.
configurations that
Yes.
even
Yes.
down even to the cards. So basically, I think that for what you're getting out of it,
Mhm.
it really takes that whole Quake arena aesthetic
Yeah.
that a lot of us grew up playing. That battle arena, and it still does it with its own style. That
Yeah.
I even down to the player colors for yellow, purple, green, and teal is not the typical colors that you would use for player colors. So I really like the aesthetic, and again, I'm not touching price. I don't know how much this would go for because you can always get it cheaper secondhand or if you order it
Uh,
online or something. But
I think
I think for what you're paying for, that you have minis, high replayability, really good aesthetic and art, and then even just down to the little bits of components and stuff that there is room to maybe upgrade it if you want to, but as it is,
it's good.
it's perfect. Like,
Really good. I think this goes for around $3,000.
Yeah.
okay,
42
Not bad.
at Amazon.
Are the
Um,
maps predetermined
Uh,
or
no, you can flip them over.
yeah,
You can
it
find
has
different
two
combinations.
boards. Yeah, two sides. But there's even the expansion for this that you can add in a fifth player, And I think
Mhm.
there's even like alternate modes that you can play in pairs already as teams, and even
Yeah.
has additional things to throw into the game.
There's
But
a
Team deathmatch, yeah, not bad.
they actually released the solo rules for this during the lockdown last year.
oh,
Wow.
nice.
So this
You haven't
game
played
now
this,
has
Kyo?
an AI.
I only seen videos of it. I haven't even
Dude, we
had a
should play
chance.
But
this.
you know what? Here,
It's with
there's
Ron now.
one
Yes.
other tiny selling point that I will bring up here. That it was pointed out, and I think it was Ron, or it was yeah, I think it was Ron that mentioned it. This is a Euro masquerading as an American trash game,
Yes.
and
This is
this
Euro pretty
yeah,
much
this
through and
may
through.
be one of the only Euros that I like playing because it does have so much take that it
Yeah.
almost can't be considered a Euro.
The Euro part is you trying to find cubes so that you can fire off your weapons, and you're balancing that
Yeah,
resource.
it's pick up and deliver, and then but it still has that Euro mechanic where okay, you're doing an area control of hits with other players. If you start explaining the mechanics in their Euro terms, the veneer of Quake disappears.
Yeah.
Quickly,
Okay,
quickly.
okay.
My wife is still unbeaten in this one. I think she's 3-0.
Ooh,
3 or 4
nice.
0. She's really good. I don't know why.
Challenge
Oh, wow.
accepted.
Yeah, and I've already
She's
painted the
good.
minis.
Whoa,
Oh,
But
cool.
nice.
We should play that.
it
Yeah.
was at the time that I was still learning how to paint, so maybe they're not.
And that's half the fun.
looking.
No, let's just think that they got shot and then they got
Yes,
blasted
they're
on.
roughed up.
They got messed up. Yeah, messed up.
So there
They'll
you go.
respond.
That's raw. I mean Javi's number one.
Three.
Three.
Number three.
Sorry, we're going down the number one. All right, we did this in order. Cool. Okay, Kyo, your turn.
Me, it would be The Witcher. Well, the old one. Was it? Do we
Okay.
have a picture of
The
old one?
Fantasy Flight one?
Yes.
No.
Are you talking
Is
about The
this the
Witcher,
one?
the board game?
It's
yeah,
Adventure
this one,
board game?
Kyo. It's the
Yeah,
other
no,
one.
it's
Witcher,
not.
the
It's the other
adventure board
image.
game.
Although
Yeah,
I
this
would
is
like to
the
point
new one.
out, yeah, this is not
This is
out
the new
yet.
one.
But look at the components of this.
Oh
Okay?
yeah, this one
Just
looks
look
like
at
it's
the
really good.
minis. Look at the decks. Look at all of the
Look at the
everything.
gray
Actually, look at
dice.
the dice. Well, the
The
dice
metal
is
gray
the white
dice.
one, which I'm like,
Oh, the metal is not.
look at the board itself. You got two boards right there in front of you. But to throw my point even further, the old one, I think I gave you the picture of that. There you go.
There you go.
Notice
That's a
the
massive
full
change.
Oh no,
notice
no,
the
this
full
one is very
size.
different. This is like
It's a
an
different game.
investigation game.
Exactly. Yes, it's a destination game, and everyone's has their own path on what they want to do. There's no player interaction unless there's a take that, like okay, disrupt this other player. But look at all of the full size decks in that game. There's one,
All right.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Pause
7,
for a
8.
moment for the question from Sim.
Up.
The previous number was that game was called Adrenaline.
Adrenaline, or
Adrenaline.
either it's Adrenaline or the Witcher that hasn't come out yet.
Witcher old. What do you call this?
This one,
Old World. Yeah.
right?
This one, it's a prequel to the
Yeah.
Witcher game story. At least.
I actually
like
owned
this
I
game.
actually owned a copy of this but never played it. I sold it sealed.
Oh, really?
And
Oh.
whoever
Yeah,
got
no,
it
yeah,
must have had a premium
we talked
feel.
about this in a previous episode. I just bid on it on International Tabletop Day.
Gotcha,
I
gotcha.
just never got around to opening it.
Playing it.
Did I
Okay.
mention each character has their own special dice?
Yes.
And that's a four and that's a
Oh.
4-player game. Imagine that. Unique dice, 8 decks, full size, no mini cards like what FFG loves to do. And the board is
Yeah,
Right.
look,
And
like
this
almost-
image here that you're looking at, on the top left, you'll see mini cards. On the center, you'll see mini cards. And if you look to the right, a lot more mini cards.
no, those are full cards. They're not minis.
No, the red, blue, and purple one to the
Oh, yeah.
right are.
Per
But the
character, so
ones
there
that are
is
in the
minis, of
center,
course.
Yes, they're all. FFG loves the little mini
Oh,
cards.
Hey Morgan, how are ya?
Well, they save a lot of costs.
There you go. So you look at that tokens, everything. This is a full full, heavy, literally heavy game
Yep,
for the
that's what
price
you
I
said.
got it.
You made
Exactly.
your list by the weight.
And I got
I
this
mean,
less than
you
4,000
should be
pesos.
putting
So
deck
yeah.
builders. Like fully card based games, they weigh a lot.
That is true.
Right. Surprisingly, they really do weigh a lot.
Yeah,
When
Okay,
like
you
number
open it up, they're
three,
all
the
cards.
The Witcher.
Pathfinder card game is like it's like a lead brick.
With the expansions, mind you.
If you mess with the mafia, they'll just tie it around your leg and you just
Yeah, they hold on to this game and walk into the sea.
cool. But
That's a
The
bang
Witcher
for your
looks
buck.
really good, right?
It
This
does.
looks really good.
It's beautiful, actually. Very colorful. And then the old world, the new one coming out, even much, much more components, but
And you
more
finally
centric
get to hunt
on.
monsters.
Yeah, technically, yes. There you go. Look at that.
Looks really
Beautiful
nice.
minis.
The minis, yes. When you develop, you draw. Oh, they're explaining how it goes. You draw two small cards and keep one. That's how you develop your character. Okay.
Ah,
Yes,
that's
really
true.
good
That is
Yep.
artwork.
true.
And the thing that I appreciate from this version of The Witcher is that you're actually using like the four different Witcher schools. You're not the main characters of the story like in the older game. Instead, that you are like representatives of the different Witcher schools.
Correct. You are your own
Nice,
Witcher.
nice.
You're not playing someone as an RPG. So
Right.
that's good.
Cool.
Cool. Cool. Cool. Cool.
Fun, fun, fun.
So we start another round. We're at number
Right.
two.
Okay, my number two.
Number two.
Number two.
DOS.
Okay, my number two is
Oh, Brew
Brew Crafter.
Okay.
That's a
So,
lot of
just
Brew
components.
the amount of
Crafters
components.
is
Look
just
at that.
massive in terms of, yeah, exactly the amount of components and the amount of game inside. So, um, and mind you, this is what you are seeing, but there are more stuff in the box because
Yeah, because
they're
not
not
all
in
of it
plate.
makes it to the game. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Okay, so it has different board setups depending on the player count. It has, I don't know, maybe like 15 or 18 brew sort of
Recipes.
beers recipes that you can make.
Mhm.
Individually, they have their own uh, brew beer pack. So
Oh
they
wow.
all have their separate tokens. Um, of course, each ingredient you have your own, and then you have your own brewery where you can pretty much set it up. You put in different rooms with different functions, and it just looks really really nice. Plus, this for its price point of I think around 3 plus, plays up to 5 players. Full you get a lighter, not really that light, but it's like Agricola, but a little bit more compressed. Still takes some time to play, but definitely in terms of the size and feel and amount of gameplay that you get, yeah, I've always liked how Brewcrafters
I've
adds
always wanted
flavor
to
to
play this
Euro.
game.
We will get a chance. I'm
Yeah,
getting
but
thirsty
you know
just
what?
thinking
But
about it.
every time it looks so
It's a
daunting,
Euro,
and
Kyo.
it always goes back to the very first bacon
First time for
where they
everything.
set this game up and forgot to put stuff back in the box. So they tried playing it with everything out, and they were like 3 hours into the game.
Yeah, but
All I,
Heavy,
all I remember
you
about
like
this game is
you like the home brewers, right?
Yes.
The dice
I
one
like
with
that
the.
one.
So that one is of course definitely quicker. It still has the same feel. This one you just have really more control over like how you progress with your beer. So every batch that you make, you really feel that you're progressing. And the irony of this game is that at the end of it, it's not economic. Like after going through all of those phases of getting beer, how much did you get? $2. How many turns did I spend to do this? But you go like, that's not the point. You get 7 glory for that because you were able to brew this batch and this really good.
Glory.
Okay,
Glory.
so what will I do with the 2 bucks? You make more beer and hope that you make a good batch again. It's like, okay,
Hey,
so
Ron, just to bring this to your attention.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
There you
So
go.
what I
all I
really like
remember from
about it
this game.
is if you are into to beer, you really relate because you're going like, yeah, I know they really don't make a lot of money. It's expensive to make. But they all are priced the same. But at the end of the day, why are you drinking this one versus that one? Oh, this one has better flavor, was more unique. The hops was brewed differently. It's triple hops or whatever they do now.
Um,
So yes, you see, I'm excited just talking
I'm
about brew
I'm getting
crafters.
thirsty. I really am.
Yeah, I should have brought a beer for this episode.
You guys
Okay,
Mouth is
can.
so
dry
that
now.
is my number 2. Brew
All I
crafters.
remember with this game is that it has a hell lot of components.
Oh yeah.
That's the whole
Like,
point, right? That's the whole
Like
point.
if you have to turn the box like upside down slowly and just like watch a flood of wooden components come out.
This is
Here's a
too
question about
much.
it. Are the brown cubes beer
No, the brown
Different
cubes is wheat.
ingredients.
ingredient?
And
So
then the green
beer,
ones is
corn.
hops. The yellow ones is yeast. And then you have fruit and coffee, depending on what. Then you also have some spice. So depending on the, like if you're making a Russian double IPA, then there's this certain combination of ingredients you need to do to be able to create a batch. Yes, I know, right?
To put this into context, when the Dice Tower did a component drop, it lasted half an hour.
That's a hell lot.
In slow motion pa
That's
yan.
a
ah.
hell
Slow motion pa yan.
That's
So,
why
Man,
it
that
made
looks
that's
so
my
good.
number two.
Denmark,
So
what is
good.
Brew
your
craft
numero
house.
dos?
My number 2 has been featured recently in me and my wife's show. It's Holly,
Oh, okay, cool.
and
Cool.
it has a 3D tray, and this one, the blue flowers, the green leaves, those tokens are wood and they feel premium. Even the
Wood.
the circle
Wood,
candies,
dude.
they also feel premium. Also, those markers. Plus, the art looks really good, and
Yeah.
for that price, for the right price of you getting it for like 2.5, you get all of this and a lot of gameplay
And a
because it's
3-story board.
it's a
Yeah,
3 story. It's right here on
yeah.
the right. It's like a tray where you can make your chocolates. That's what it looks like. But it's 3
I'm
stories.
getting hungry. There's beer and chocolate. Isn't that fried chicken?
I would
That's what
I
it
would
looks
like a chocolate beer, to be honest.
Oh man, I remember the
Yes.
hot sauce I just had. Chipotle chocolate.
Like
So-
a nice sa brewery. Tapos
If-
naka-chocolate.
An awesome
Sorry.
chocolate stout. Chocolate stout, please.
Chocolate
Premium beer and premium chocolate. So if you want to see more of how this plays, what the other components look like, the rules, you can visit our episode from straight from the Meeple's mouth, and that was like
Yes.
last month. Then this is what we featured. So you guys have played this well, Ron and Javi, and
I've won.
does it feel premium? It looks premium, right? Even
Well,
the way
you
that
know,
it's presented.
Overall, I think the game that you get out of it, it has a lot of replayability.
Yes.
And yeah, the component quality is pretty good. And I think overall, the 3-story structure that you can play on is really interesting to look at.
Yeah.
It has a little bit of like a problem with some of its transparency because like they put a lot of artwork, but it also really helps like give it more festive colors. So
Yes.
you know, it might work for you, it may not work for you, but
Mhm.
overall it really pops and it stands out because it towers over anything on the table.
Look at
and,
that.
and the colors
Yeah.
are just like, wow, what is this? So there you go. That's my number 2, and it's called Holly. Okay,
that is
so
beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
so my number 2 is also going to be another explosion of color.
Wait, we have to
Explosion.
see this.
Yes,
I
agree. Manhattan
I saw that.
uh, Manhattan
Yeah.
Project Energy Empire is pretty impressive. I
Those
believe
are
this
a
is
lot of
where you're
components.
rolling dice and you have these three different zones where you can sort of activate worker placement. The original Manhattan Project, where you're just building the atomic bomb, you're not going to blow it up. You're just
Just building it.
designing and building it.
What? No blowing up?
No,
No. one more,
Ah,
one more. You're getting kicked out.
I was already.
One more. You're gonna get blown up.
so yeah,
Kaboom.
that one I agree. It looks
Thank you for making this evening just more entertaining.
Memorable.
so the it already has the resources already would be like barrels or trash or whatever the components are, so really
Cake.
really cool. Although I prefer the original Manhattan Project just because of like how clean the gameplay is, but that one is very simplified because your workers are these cardboard tokens, so they don't feel premium. You
Premium.
don't feel premium in
No.
that game. With Manhattan Project, it's basically them going like, "Hey, so apparently we did really good with Manhattan Project. Let's do this
Let's
game
upgrade.
justice." Yeah.
Cool. There you go. Javi's turn. His number two has more color explosions, right?
Yeah, my number two comes from, I think, a board game publisher that has done really well in terms of overall quality.
Wow, look at that.
Most of the
So
games
nice.
that Days of Wonder
Yamete,
produces is
Yamatai.
impressive, but nothing is as impressive as Yamatai. Um,
Impressive.
I would play this over over other games that which is that other game
Five
with the
tribes.
Jin? Yeah, Five Tribes. This is my Five Tribes. Forget Five Tribes. Yamatai.
This is route
When
building.
Denmark brought this out, so he ordered it at the same time as Dretty in Lounge Cafe, right? Or was
Yeah.
it your
Uh,
copy? But
no, this
yeah,
is my copy. I got it somewhere else.
right. So when you see the box art and stuff, you're like, okay, Days of Wonder has had like pretty good pieces for their games, and then it was set up and we had to learn the game. Just seeing all of the structures and little colored boats and the meeples, like it was just the production quality is so impressive. The art on like the helpers or the people that you hire that come
Specialists.
specialists that help you through the game, even down to just like the tokens that flip over in the islands, is like
Mhm.
really, really, really
The
nice.
boats. The wooden
Yeah.
boats look nice too.
Mhm. So
There you go.
I think that for what you're getting for what you pay, I mean, for a Days of Wonder game, like really you can just come to expect really, really nice components and really nice. Wow, it's animated. That's a nice
Wow.
picture there.
GIF.
Ayun,
GIF.
So
that's a
that's
good job.
Denmark's copy
Yeah,
of
Long, long
his
Yamatai,
video.
copy
and
is
I took a
animated
photo of it
apparently.
a
That
few
one is
years
giving me
back.
anxiety. It's water on cardboard.
There you go.
Yeah,
But
It's
this
a
is a
begging
great pick,
books.
Javi. Great
Yeah,
pick. This was on my
when you
short
when
list.
you
Choice.
finish when you finish a game of this and you see like what the final board
Yes.
state is.
Yes.
So like here, looking at this example, this is like a freshly set up game. But when you finish the game and you just look at the overall board state,
Yeah, imagine all the
you
boats, right?
want to take a picture of it. It's just so
Yes.
colorful. There's so much stuff going on.
Yep, that's why
Great
I ended
choice.
up taking this photo. It's like, wow, I've built so many things.
It's it's like I don't care if I don't win, but this looks really really pretty.
Yes,
Looks so
agreed.
Correct. It looks so
Cool.
nice.
Like
That's a great choice.
one of
Great
the
choice.
last games that I got to play from them, actually, even Morgie put out a comment here that most Days of Wonder games really have great or premium feels. If you've ever seen Relic Runners,
Yeah,
like even
that's a whole game, but it really looks nice.
when you see the
Yes, I want a copy of
components,
that.
like down to the treasures that you have to like grab and bring back, they look amazing.
Yeah, yeah. The toy factor, whenever it's Days of Wonder, really
I think
top
This
notch.
goes for 2.7,
Oh, not bad. Well,
2.8,
maybe at that time, but I'm
2.8.
sure now you can probably get it for cheaper. So, I
Yeah.
mean, considering
Yeah.
how much components you get and the fact that it's like stained or painted wood
Mhm.
figures, I mean, and it's actually pretty glossy, which means that um, they're not gonna like scratch off or lose any of its color. It's not gonna fade, so it's
Mhm.
definitely like gonna stand the test of time.
That's
Yes.
true.
This is really good.
That's
I
nice.
miss my copy.
Give me time.
Oh, it's with the Ace. I knew it's with them. It's it's with the Cavite group. I know it's with them.
Aha! Hey, Mark. Hey, Ace.
Hi, Mark.
Speaking
Good
of,
evening. Good
Yes,
evening.
it's criminally underrated. This game.
Yes.
All
Okay.
right.
true. There you go.
Five
Cool.
tribes
Have
ass any day.
Kyo.
My number two is.
Oops,
Where you have a
my
picture of
bad.
it?
There.
Xeno Shift.
Oh
Ooh,
wow. Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Just look at
Very,
the
very
So
cool.
yeah,
amount
Cards.
of
you
options
remember
we
what I said
have.
about cards weighing a lot?
Cards.
Yep.
Cards. Cards.
I did say heavy, right? So there you go. For Xeno Shift, you got a tower defense feel, and each oh my goodness, each level is full of tons and tons of cards. I mean, in a simple game
Literally
through, yeah,
tons
in a
and
simple
tons of
playthrough,
cards.
you won't even see half of these cards because either you die, you fail the game, or you really will not see them because again, randomizing the enemies comes into play. But look at that! You got items, you got those excellent, beautiful drawn art on the cards. Gives you that feel that you are really trying to survive, and then admire how much technology there is in that era, whatever
Mhm.
time that
Yep.
is.
See.
It kind of it has this feel of like the whole alien colonial marine with a little bit of
Uh,
Starship Troopers.
Darker
there you
Starship
go.
Troopers,
Starship
Yep.
yeah,
Troopers. Right.
Starship Troopers, bugs. Oh my goodness! If you can zoom into to those bugs are beautifully, excellently rendered.
What are those
Yeah,
bugs?
but actually, for the villains or the monsters, the version that Ron has, the Dreadmire one,
Oh
Yes.
that
yeah.
they look really messed up. So like,
So much.
Gives you that really icky feel when you're playing. Like, oh, we gotta
Yeah.
kill that. We have to kill that. Give me
There's
support on my side. Yeah, it's a co-op game where everyone makes sure that you guys protect your own lane and make sure you support your other
yeah.
teammates as well. If you don't,
Um and I
ooh,
know the original Xenoshift has this very steep survival curve. Like
oh yes,
if you don't survive the first few rounds, the game's over anyway. But the funny thing is that when you do, then suddenly you have all of these super mechs that are just there are things flying, small robots that are zooming in, and just because of that, okay, enemy spotted, launch,
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 and then
It goes on
ICMs.
suddenly
autopilot.
a big bug comes out. You're like, whoa! It destroyed everyone behind me. What do I have left? Oh, a paratrooper. Okay.
Yeah,
Or a
so
medic.
the original Xenoshift has that feel more of that very steep curve. But if you do glory,
So
the new Dreadmire has
rewarding.
this.
but
Um,
in terms of the difficulty curve, it's also built in a way that you can actually adjust that. I
oh
mean,
yeah,
it tells you
Mm.
to shuffle a certain number of boss cards, but if you're really having a difficult time, or that if you're just teaching it, you can always kind of turn it down a few notches.
and
Right.
for the amount of cards of this game,
This
it
has
is
so
still
many
has the
cards.
most impressive self-fixing mechanic.
Yeah, it cleans itself up as you
Yes.
play it.
Oh, dude,
Right.
yeah.
Oh, you just place everything there. Later, you'll just pack it up. What?
Yeah,
No, no, it's just like when you have three of this card, you get a better version. So you give it back, and it starts going back in the box. You're like,
so by
hey,
the
we're
end of the
actually cleaning.
game,
You're
you
cleaning the
have
game
this
as you
really
play.
small deck, and everything else that you have consumed, you've already returned neatly in the box. And if you do need to, okay, finally, okay, we have to return all of the stuff. So you have this, all of the equipment and weapons that you've used, right? So you just lay them out. That's the used cards that you guys just place there, and then they go back to the basket. This is the fastest takedown of a game that I've seen. and I haven't seen
For a game
anyone
this
else that
big.
self cleans itself out
Self
as you play.
cleans. And I
Yep.
bet you the
Cool.
developers actually put it in mind while they created this.
Yep.
Helps them
Oh,
to as
okay.
well. Look at that. And plus,
Cool.
there are how many mini expansions? 3 for the base game.
Yes. Yeah.
Three.
That's more weight to add on to the box.
More weight, and they still fit.
Yes. Yes. Because it's
There
just a
you
box
go.
with,
Yeah,
like,
and you know
those.
what? Just to add here, that the surprising part is that this is a full card game from Cool Mini or not.
Yes.
Exactly.
The irony of that, there's not even a
But
single mini, not even a first player marker mini. But yeah,
this is the earlier days of Simon, right? Before they actually just decided
well,
that.
like they have like the grizzled, but no, Simon started as a miniature company. Cool Mini or not was making minis before they were making board games.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were
okay.
selling individual minis. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
that's my number 2.
Okay.
Cool. And finally, Ron's number one.
Number
No,
one, I have
we're
Numero
doing the next one, right?
uno.
Right.
the, but I have mentioned this quite a lot. But for me, it was still that game that I bought randomly. I did not expect anything. It just had a really nice look, cool looking cover, and I just bought it and was really. I was with my wife. I was looking at the rule book and going like, why does this have like a dissection? In those schematics when you open up
It
uh
has it has a blueprint that like breaks down the entire box and content.
What's the
yes.
game?
So the game is
Look at
Dice
that.
Forge.
Dice
So
Forge.
Dice Forge, you can
Find
see
that
here. I
so
zoomed into
interesting.
the actual core system. You have these really well engineered dice
That is so good, right?
that has die faces, and you don't try to pry it with your finger. That's
That's
not
the
how it
best
works.
part. That's the best part.
The actual face that needs to replace the dice. So it's a dice building game. You're building dice faces. For
You're
those who haven't
buying. You're
played it,
buying faces. You're
you're
buying
buying
faces.
faces, replacing
Faces
the
for
face of
your
your die, in essence,
die.
enhancing your dice. So
Mm.
again, that alone was already impressive. Although they weren't the first one that changed die faces, but the
Right.
first one that did that, you had this tool to pop out the die faces. Then the problem is when they pop out,
And
they
then
fly off and so
fly.
forth. Yes.
Yeah.
This
Forever.
one, the incoming die face has on its edges has a ramp, has a ledge,
It's
or
wedged. Yeah.
it's wedged. There you go, and you use that on the side as your lever, as your lever.
See, board
And
games and
all
engineering.
you gotta do that is plop it in there and just bend down, and it opens up cleanly.
It's
No
a lid.
pressure. You are also holding. It's not gonna pop out. You remove the one, place in the new one. Rolls really solid, as if it was really built in. Such an impressive one. And just to add to that, and let me show you. Uh,
That's
let me
actually the
see
selling
if I
point
What,
for
can-
Ron.
the market board.
Yeah.
And that's
So
pretty much
let me
enough.
see.
Look at that.
Did
There
that
you
See,
go.
it looks nice.
There you go. So this is the
Impressive.
game in its full layout. You include the box as part of the
It's the market.
map because it is the market area, but it also holds all of the other tokens. Then you have the individual boards, and these boards or these sort of counters to track all of the resources that you get. Um, there is really nifty mechanics all throughout the game where there's an upgrade if you need to upgrade your play area and add more space. There's a component that says plus, and then you can snap it on the side, and you add more space for resources. The art for everything is pretty fantastic.
Oh, the art
Uh,
is actually from the same guy who did the artwork for Seasons and Lords of Zidit.
Yes.
Amazing art.
Yes, such an impressive game, and and
Luvin
it always
agrees.
plays too fast. You're always gonna go. It's done because
Yeah, it's
you're never out. You're never out of the game. It's funny. Your turn already ended and you're still playing. That's the funky part of this game. Your
It's
turn
it's
already
sad
ended
that
and you're still playing.
this didn't get shouted out louder than it's supposed to be. A few
Yeah.
people really just got because when there's a lot of games and then you get promoters, influencers. This didn't get that much um,
Yeah, I'm not
shout
sure
or
why
loudness.
actually.
Yeah,
Uh,
Looks
I
really
think
good.
that because of the game that came before it, the Rattle Bones, it
mhm.
kind of just got a little bit of stigma of being gimmicky, like custom dice.
Mhm.
But that's why I mean it may have just been overlooked, and it's a really good game. And the fact that it even has an expansion means
Yeah,
that there was
there was.
enough demand for it that that they wanted to make more content for the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
in
new
the
expansion would add new die faces and more
new
cards.
powers,
Yeah,
right?
new powers and a different track.
So
This is very
Ronnie
Premium
says,
specific.
feels for me ang second-hand KS games that Morgan got from Jake. Talaga
From
ba?
Jake.
Galing kay Jake yun.
Talagang from Jake.
Yeah,
Jake is the new
second
Ron
hand
word.
pa talaga.
Second hand daw.
Jake and
Like
Morgan are the
Liswa,
new
Sorry,
Rons.
Lisco,
Morgan.
and Gugong.
Like Lisboa and Gungong. Gugong. That's right.
Gugong has nice components too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Looks
Yes.
nice too,
Not
right?
familiar.
It's nice. And every game feels. Are you talking about Dice?
Dice
I think it's
Forge.
Dice Forge, yeah.
Yeah.
Because at some point you're
Um,
gonna figure out which die faces you're gonna buy.
no, but
Yeah, you can
for
kind
me,
of
it,
change the game up a bit.
yeah, as soon as you just change the hero set or the cards that you
New
make,
strat.
it suddenly there's a new build that you have to do. Um, you could be crystal driven and you're continuously doing sun crystals or
Point
moon
driven.
crystals, uh, but you could also be targeting rerolls. You could be targeting stealing. You could do copies. So I think
Right.
there's quite a bit of replayability.
Actually,
Mm.
what even makes it weird is that like I played one game of this that I nearly won, so I had like this strategy in mind. And the next time we got to play it, I pushed the same strategy but never rolled those die faces.
Yes.
So in other words, you lost.
It's
Again.
just say you
Right.
can
You
come
almost
in with
won.
a plan, but you gotta adjust because sometimes your die rolls just suck.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Which
get
makes it
first sometimes.
exciting. That randomness of the dice. That's
Yes.
why you have to customize it to
Which
make
is
it to your liking.
you look for how you can adapt from the system.
Right.
They have smaller sort of adventures that you can go to, and those give you like extra rerolls. So things like those, or copy somebody else's roll once it's their turn, or just give you just static resources. So those are ways in the game that you can mitigate really bad rolls.
Right.
This is
So
this was on my
Denmark,
short list.
what is your
Mine.
number one, sir?
My number one is a cheat.
Mm.
Uh,
What?
it's
What?
cheating.
What?
My number one is a cheat because
My hands on the button, I swear.
And you
because
threatened to kick Keo out of the show.
Oh,
this is my number one, and it
okay.
bang
Die
The
again.
Days of Wonder. Okay, so yeah,
Days
so we
Days of
already
Wonder.
mentioned it. Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Anything for that price, whatever you're gonna get from Days of Wonder, any of those games will always feel premium, right?
Yeah.
Memoir, Ticket to Ride, Yamatai, Five Tribes, Quadropolis. Those games really feel like, hey, these are thick cardboard. This really looks nice, looks so clean. I don't know how they do it, but they do one game every year. That's their strat, right? They release one game every year, but that game really feels premium. Uh, if you check out their other games, you're gonna see all the components are just so good. Although they're not always gonna have a hit, like the River. I know that was not a hit, but
Yeah, it
the
did get good
the
reviews.
There's another one that
components are really
came
good.
after that that also didn't get enough traction, I think.
But most of these games, games from Days of Wonder, yes, Ravensburger, like Clint says, if you have money, anything from Stone Mayer is really good too.
If you have money.
Uh,
I don't
yes,
feel like it's worth. I don't feel like it's worth the value, to be honest.
but hey, look, even in Stone Mayer games, the rule book is felt paper. Is that what you call it? The one that never mind. You don't like. I'm not gonna ask you, Javi, because you don't like that game. It's from Wingspan. So,
Then I wouldn't know what you're talking about.
all
Say
right.
it again.
But,
Did I just hear
but
birds?
this is
Yeah.
my number one. It's
Let's
a
make a
cheat.
game and let's put colored eggs in it. What is the significance? No significance.
The first. What's your first Days of Wonder game?
Ticket to
Ticket to
Ride.
Ride.
Ticket.
Oh wait, no, you know what? No, I'm so sorry. The first game that I got to play from them was actually Small World because of
Then-
Will Wheaton's tabletop.
How did you feel when you first opened it? Right. It was like, hey, this is thick cardboard.
Sure.
Although Small World has more cardboard than
Yeah,
more
it's-
than
No,
components.
They're the first ones that gave you right away the tray
Yeah.
to manage
Oh,
all of the
cool.
cardboards for each of the tribes.
What's
Yep.
Shadows
Off the
over Camelot theirs also?
Yes.
It's theirs, right?
It's
also
See,
theirs.
there's another one.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
Shadows over Camelot
That
was
was
nice
good.
too.
That was really good.
Sorry, wait. Let me
Did it
double
feel
check
my
good
the
on
first-
your
dates.
cheek,
There's-
Javi, when you played
Yeah,
it?
no, yes, Shadows. Yes, is there, correct.
Did
And then
it feel good
Memoir.
on your
Yes.
cheek? Like, ah,
Memoir
hardcore.
44. My first one was Five Tribes, and
Five
those are good
Tribes.
components too. So they look
That's all
nice.
it is. It's just good components.
It
Relic-
plays good too. Relic
They
Runners are
also
there.
did
right?
Relic Runners,
Stay so
Cargo Noir.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
I think Cleopatra, which was also a Spiel des Jahres winner. I think.
So, There you
Mystery
go.
of the
Mystery
Abbey.
of the Abbey, right?
Also theirs. I've always been interested with Corin. I've seen it so many times.
It's a roll and
Small
write. It's a roll
Really?
and write.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. So that's
And every
interesting.
time they will make a deluxe version, it's really deluxe, premium or premium.
Yeah.
So, waiting for my ticket to ride to get here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You got Ticket to Ride the
The 50th
Europe
anniversary one. Yep.
50th anniversary Europe?
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
looks like somebody watched the
Congratulations.
video.
I
someone
want
finally
that,
pulled
but
the
I'm
trigger.
I'm willing to trade it for the original one. So
That is true. Okay. I like the Europe gameplay
it's
more,
gamier,
but
right?
I
It's
like
gamier.
how the original 10th edition looked. I really like how that one looked.
So
The new
I'm
white one,
willing to trade.
yeah. So,
There you go.
Is that one of the black box? The
and
black
my
one?
favorite Ticket to Ride has always been the Ticket to Ride card game, the best ever Ticket to Ride.
It's memory
down.
game.
I've never tried that.
All right.
Hard to find.
Javi Stern.
Sure. Yeah.
What's your
So
number
my
one?
number one, I don't own a copy of this game, but several of my friends have this game, and it kind of came out as a Kickstarter, I think, initially, and thankfully it hit levels that its retail version is just impressive. So my number one, drum roll or show the image, please, is Everdell.
Oh, Everdell.
Everdell has amazing components.
Rubber
Has-
berries.
It actually has like
Cardboard.
wooden logs. It
Leaves.
has like the resin. It has
Resin.
the
Pebbles.
coins themselves
Pebbles.
are just cardboard, but yeah, pebbles. And then it has that tri-level annoyance that is the tree, but it does bring
Turtle
so much
nipples.
table presence.
Yes.
So overall, there's so much replayability because the way that the game can play out is always different.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're like, Sim actually brings up a good point here that like the berries, rounded objects, just like the logs and stuff, can kind of roll out of the game. But when you see it all set up, it
It's
looks
so nice.
it looks really nice. It's very inviting and it has so much table presence. So you're getting a good game that looks good, has nice components, has really good art. At the same time,
Right.
has a lot of replayability, and then is really a nice showpiece. Even down to
Right.
just its box art, it's impressive.
Mhm.
Do you have the other image that I sent you?
I didn't save it. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So yeah, but it's basically just another angle of the tree. So it doesn't. I mean, I would play without it, but when you want to show off the game,
Yes,
it
for
really
people to
serves
come
its
over.
purpose as well.
Oh, you gotta
Right.
pick a
Similar
wood.
to
Yeah.
that birdhouse for Wingspan. It's not necessary. You
What
How do
game?
you
What game,
know?
Javi? What game? What
How
game?
do you know? How do
yeah,
you know?
What game, Javi? What game? The birdhouse.
you can do without it basically. Yeah, a bird span.
Birds.
It
Have you
You
is
know,
seen
the
this?
that's what it should have been called. Bird span.
Have you guys seen this with all the expansions that goes around the main pond?
No, I actually haven't seen
It
how the expansions
expands,
play out.
bro. It's right in the middle, and if it's Spirecrest, it goes up beyond the tree. If it's Pearlbrook, it goes into the river. It's a table hog. If you set it up, it expands exponentially. Seriously, it becomes really big. So, and then more table presence. But yeah, this is a good pick, Everdell. This was on my short list, but I had to cut it down because most of the components are cards. That's what I
Well, yeah. So I
that's what I
mean,
took out
but
of.
aside from the cards, I mean, you are getting good quality cards,
Yes, of
and
course.
the art on it as well is pretty good. And the fact that even the cards are kind of designed in a way that they pair with each other as part of the
Yeah.
game's
Mm-hmm.
mechanics. There's like a lot to explore there, and even down to little nuances on the artwork is pretty nice too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great choice.
Looks,
This is a great
looks
choice.
so
Clint,
good
Clint,
too.
buddy, thank you for taking us to this level tonight. I didn't
no,
expect you to be
don't
the one to do this, but
No, don't put it on the comment. Don't put it
don't
on
touch
mine.
it. Don't touch
Normally,
it.
both you and I would do that, huh, Javi? Huh?
Let it go.
You know,
Let it go.
Okay,
did you find birdhouse? All right.
but I have to. I have to.
No, we can't. Please don't. We can do it on our OnlyFans. Lumen was saying, without the tree and the board, Everdell is just basically it is an engine building
Yeah,
it is
game.
just
yeah.
an engine building game.
Yes, that's fair
But with the
enough. But
tree and the board, it's not exactly a engine deck building.
No, it becomes a clunkier engine building game, a fiddlier one. Like, can I put my?
yeah, because like what you're looking at here, it's like it doesn't even necessarily take into consideration how much space you would take up for your personal tableau.
Yes.
That's
Maybe
your
the
personal. It's a 5x3,
yeah,
right?
yeah, like the bottom area here might be like a good example,
Yeah.
but on a four-player game, wow.
It's gonna be so much more. I'm sorry. I'm trying to. There.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Five by
remember
three.
what exactly came with the Kickstarter. That I'm not sure what the
I think
exclusive
the
stuff.
cover, the cover and the
Yeah,
components
but
are
essentially the
metal
Kickstarter
coins.
campaign, yeah, metal coins, I think. But that's why the Kickstarter campaign is what set the level of the retail version would be. So, I mean, they accomplished a pretty good campaign run. So, what you get from this is really the result of a lot of interest in this game, and it shows.
Uh, Dwayne was saying he was
Yeah.
hoping that the tree was integrated into the mechanics, like maybe critters go up, but critters come out of the tree, right? Because when you set it up, the critters are on the tree,
On
and
the
then
top.
whenever on the top one, and then you get them every season or when your season ends. So they are somehow integrated in a way, but oh, and they're also the discard pile. No, the draw pile. There you go.
There you go. So that it doesn't keel over.
Hey, that's a very good choice. Everdell was also in my shortlist, like I said. So
Yeah.
good pick, Javi. Good pick.
All right.
Okay.
Finally,
Thank you.
All right.
Introduction or just show it?
People will know my type of games already. I mean, it's been pretty consistent with what I've been showing. So yeah, go ahead. The last one. Boom.
Everything.
I'll
just
say this:
like
if you're
Denmark
a
with
D&D fan,
Wonder collection.
He cheated too. And you were giving me hell earlier. I hate you. You're giving me hell, and you're gonna do this?
actually on my list it says here D&D Tomb of Annihilation. Because if you can notice in the picture, the tomb has 5 large figures, which aren't cheap individually. Okay? Yeah, Jake, that's correct. I do actually have all of that except the last one. So, anyway,
This is your pick. This is
yeah,
your
the Tomb of
no. I mean, this is
Annihilation.
This is your
Is it your
picture?
picture? I don't
Yeah.
think so.
What? Come again? Yeah,
That
that
Is
is
this
my
your
picture.
own?
No, of your own collection.
Oh no, heck no.
Yeah, there. That's what they mean.
That's too organized, and I don't have a black label. Anyways, the point is here is that the minis alone, okay? Let's just say that for the amount of minis per board is actually the cheapest way to get D&D figures and minis
Yes.
for your D&D game
Right.
rather than buying it individually. That says a lot about how much they placed into these
The
games.
dragons
Okay,
look nice.
the dragons look like the demon, the Dracolich over there. You got heroes. You got tons and tons of map pieces, uh, randomized. How do you call this? Maps,
Yeah,
and they
dungeon
can be
tiles.
used and exactly dungeon tiles, and that can be used for
For
every
adventures,
single
right?
any other board game or for your adventures itself, diba?
Right.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly. The thing is, you're buying one thing that is compatible with everything else. That alone is already like, I mean, we know how old the the Dritz is, and we know how old
Yes.
the other one is, but it's future proof. They made sure it's all compatible still, and that's why notice that there's a left side box. That's a customized box, a D&D Heroes, which every hero is compatible with every other game. Every game, I meant. Sorry. All
Wow.
right.
Yep.
So that
Yeah,
alone, yeah.
I have like a preference towards the non D and D games in the D&D world, Tyrants of the Underdark,
Mm-mm.
the Giants game.
That's
Like I
true.
think,
Waterdeep.
yeah, I mean, like they're kind of contained in themselves. But your point that these minis can be used for like real D&D does really
Wherever.
make it so much more valuable, or that means
Exactly.
like you're really getting your money's worth.
And you actually get a complimentary, not really complimentary, but everything has a D20 in them. A small D20 for you for the entire game. And like, hey, it's pretty neat. So I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 D20s now in my collection, which I just keep in the box, no problem for anyone who has never heard of a D20. And then, yeah,
This is the
You always have D20s, man. Yeah,
there you
like
go.
cool.
Dungeons
Cool,
and
cool, cool, cool.
Dragons board game system.
always have your
Oops.
D20s ready. You never know.
I have to
There's a
answer this
question
one.
here.
Why is Fireball Island not on the list? It is expensive.
Because it's Fireball Island.
It is expensive, and it can actually be considered a toy more than it is a board game. But it's really
It is
expensive for
more of
what
a
it
toy.
does. For what it does, it's really expensive. So
3D
Oh,
printed.
and I want to answer this
D20.
question here. What do I
D20.
mean by real D&D? I mean one that is not like locked into a board game or in a box, like the actual D&D that requires pen and paper. So
pen
Or an
and
these
app.
paper.
board games do kind of run on presets. It's not anything against the game, but basically it's like they built this as a one-shot campaign, so to speak. While
A teaching
the
tool if
real
you're
game
trying
of
to.
D&D is a very long-running campaign that you actually get to develop a character. So not to just get technical about it.
Jake
Guys,
says,
okay, go on.
Like apparently,
LARP.
apparently
LARPing.
Jake wants to get into LARPing.
I see
I am
you
a
as
runner-up.
excitable goblin.
Yeah. I was gonna ask your short list. Anything you want to add, and just do a quick fire.
Ooh.
Yeah, this one.
Tesla and
So
Edison.
Tesla,
Okay.
Tesla versus Edison, especially with the expansion in it. So it expands up to 8 players. This is power grid plus stock market plus engine building and all of these really cool, really nice UX design, uh, tech trees, all in one game. The only reason why it's a little bit lower, the rules are not as streamlined as it needs to. They actually fixed it on the expansion where they sort of streamlined the stock market mechanics a little bit and made the game a little bit faster. But really love how this game looks, and it's my favorite. Almost, if it only sort of really cleaned up all of the rule sets, it would have replaced Power Grid for me.
Cool. That's your short list. Anyone else?
Yes.
Just quick firing it.
Well, I had a bunch listed down, but
Cool.
um, I because we were going for value. Like I'm trying to avoid expensive games like Wasteland Express and stuff like that. That they're really awesome. What you get for it, I think, is really worth it. But one that actually comes to mind, which is very interesting. I don't know if you guys are going to agree with me here, but Spectre Ops.
Hmm.
Okay,
That's
so
also
what
good.
Beautiful
when I
game.
saw
Love
Spectre
that.
Ops before, it kind of does have the same aesthetic look of like how Adrenaline looks. That it's at that futuristic look, but when you see the board, that it has this really nice finish. That there's glossy letters and
Yes.
numbers for the positions on the board. I
Mhm.
thought that that was like above and beyond what you would expect from a board game. You get minis, even though technically you don't need all the minis because one of them is hidden or two players might be hidden somewhere on the board. Um, the detail on the minis are nice, but the overall just when you set the game up, it grabs a lot of attention, and the whole warehouse structure of it is very immersive.
Yes.
The grid alone is
Yeah,
already
the
pretty
only thing that
well.
I would complain about is the whole car that they add into the game.
All
Hey,
right.
the robot
You
needs
all
that car.
It's a flat
just go out.
yeah,
And then suddenly minis come out.
it sucks. I
Like,
don't like that
whoa!
mechanic, but everything
It's like a
else that
clown car, you know? That gag.
I was just like what you're getting for it, I think is pretty
Cool.
good. I mean, in terms of the quality. And the other one is I'm so sure other people can really speak more towards it. If you've ever seen a setup of Vindication,
Oh.
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
beautiful, but it's so hard to get that game. That's why it's not. You get premium because you're paying
You
premium
paid
price.
premium anyway.
Yes. There you go. Javi.
cool.
Kyo.
Two things. Only two games. Santorini.
Oh,
Hey, it was
yeah.
on my list.
I had
Right? You got
Azul
them
actually
Yes.
on
buildings
my
and
Azul
my
was
furlough
also
down.
there.
Summer
there you go.
Pavilion Azul.
Mm,
And
That
my
looks
second
nice.
one
That's
is
better.
Roll for the Galaxy.
Ah,
Dice.
yes,
Dice.
love
Is
it.
that the one with the
OMG
cups?
dice.
Yes, with the cups.
That's what, all right.
I
Enough said.
Denmark has some. Oh, I agree. Yes, Victorian Masterminds is beautiful.
Ooh, that's detailed. That's
What was I gonna say?
the chips, the worker placement chips, the gears,
Yeah.
and what are you doing?
Oh,
Oh,
where-
I'm just getting a token so that I know I accomplished this. I'm not getting a token. I'm getting a mini. I'm getting a mini building. Really? What
Actually,
does
the,
it
the
do?
fact the fact that they took the time to make like 3D miniatures of like world monuments.
Yeah,
that's
That
nice.
was their premium.
really,
You know,
really,
that's
really
I-
cool looking.
feel.
I have most of them you've said. I have Smog, Their Majesty's Secret Service.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Okay,
really good also. That's nice, but it's so hard to find nowadays. That's why I didn't include it.
And it is
So,
kind of pricey. Wasn't its average cost like around 3-5?
3. No, just 3.
A little
3,000.
bit above 3 because
That's
of
pretty
its
good already.
Simon.
Yeah, but the coins there were one of the premium fields. It's not metal, it's not plastic, it's somewhere in between. I don't know what it's called,
It's
but
the laminated plastic.
you guys know
where
what
it
I'm
has
talking
that.
about.
It
Right?
still makes that clinking sound.
And the minis also are really nice.
Well,
With
they're not necessarily minis. They're like
The
busts.
busts,
Yeah.
mini busts. Yeah, that they have. Also, if you want to go pound, really expensive, but you get what you pay for. For me, it's the Mansions of Madness and Lord of the Rings. The one with the
Adventures.
app.
Yeah.
It's around 4K, but you get a lot of components inside. You get a free app that will run the game for you. You have all of those. So if you have enough money to spare, you might want to check those out. Parks and Coimbra for the artwork.
Coimbra is really, really,
Coimbra
really
is
nice.
nice.
Yes. Parks I haven't played, but it also looks really good.
Ah,
I would say
we-
all of the
Reviews.
aftermath stuff fables, they're all actually cheaper than Mice and Mystics, but they are simpler, especially with the stuff fables, where you already have the book. that you play on the book, and then you use that to
Yeah.
play the game. That one, price point wise, seems to be very. You get so many minis, really good story, really fun game. So, but even my
I also
statistics, if you do get a chance to find one, it
I
is also
also
very.
think that trekking around the world would be good from what I'm
Mhm.
seeing.
The
We don't
map.
we don't have one yet here. I haven't seen one locally, but I think it really will look good and for
Yeah,
how it's
but
played
but
and the
my
price.
argument to that is same thing that Clint brought up earlier, that it kind of does feel a little samey, but it looks nice.
Yeah.
It
I
looks
mean,
nice. The game is gonna kind of play out the same way every time.
when you lay it out in to your family or to your friends, it's like, hey, this looks really really
Yeah.
nice, and the components look really nice. So I
I
don't know. I
can't wait
haven't.
for them to make like a different version, like trekking, let's say, like the underworld or trekking Mars. That like there's
Of course.
different configuration. Because like it's not like you're gonna make a modular planet Earth that you like.
I would make if
Trekking,
if if they
Lord of the
allow me, I
Rings.
would make like trekking Baguio
with
or
with
Like,
what?
because I mean, even like I wanted to go with Pan Am. If they
Hashtag
if
look.
they colored the planes or even
Oh,
had like stickers on them, Pan Am
Panam's
would have
good too. Panam
yes,
Panam's
looks
on
good
my
Panam
short
is
too.
list too
very
as well. Panam.
Yes. Did you get it already, Kyo? It's with you, right?
Oh, yes, up there.
Yeah,
There you go.
right.
Yeah, there.
Looks really good. All right,
uh,
so there you
Watergate
go.
also
Watergate's also good for two
super good
players.
and also very affordable.
Mage Knight Ultimate Edition.
That's
right.
not
That's a
affordable
lot.
though.
Just to put a message out there, Coco Hut, if you're listening, Dwayne misses you.
Yeah,
But don't blow us up, please. Please don't blow us up. Don't attempt to
Kaboom.
blow us up twice. All right.
Coco Hat.
So that's our list for premium feels for value prices. Of course, that's our own opinion, and we ranked it or we made our list based on how we view the topic, and I think we did pretty well. Those were nice games.
Yeah.
Those were on point games. And we would also like to remind you that we are a network and we have shows throughout the week. And yesterday, if you missed it, Edwin had his second episode of Digital and Free, and it's called Paid Subscription Service. So if you want to see video games that I haven't seen it yet, I just saw the first part. So you're talking
I
Where
about
watched
where
it.
you can
Really,
get video games
where you
online.
can get games, right?
Yes.
So, like I was saying, everything I'm doing now is half my work, and then so I was like, oh, I'll get back to him later. But you can check it out in Pinoy Video
His
Gamer
title.
FB, YouTube for variable play, and our Facebook page. And tomorrow, Jake, Ron, and I will be doing a flash report. We're gonna
Oh,
we're
you're
gonna
gonna
be
flash us?
reporting.
What?
You're
you're
gonna
gonna go
flash us.
news, news,
That's
news,
the
news,
news. Like, and here's
we're
the
gonna
news.
we're
Here's the
gonna go
news.
news
2 seconds
Gen
worth.
Con
Okay.
2021. So we're gonna be sharing with you 15 games. I know we're gonna do 5 games each of the games that we're excited to see or we're waiting for in Gen Con. So that will be at 8 p.m. tomorrow on the Variable Play channel. And on Sunday, 8 a.m. morning, it's just brawling with Ron and Gabay, where you learn new card games with new rules while you're working out. And
a way to fool yourself into moving.
and in the evening, it's Sunday Night Magic with our very own Javi. What are you gonna be talking
Sunday
about,
Night
bro?
Magic. So I'm still finalizing on the topic. We might go back to some of the top 10 lists, or I'm actually looking into. There was a recent banning in the
Yeah.
Commander format, so
Mhm.
it's only 2 cards. I'm not sure if that's enough really for like a full episode discussion, but you know how many people are really passionate about this particular banning that I think that I want to talk about it. So
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
see.
do it.
Yeah.
Hold up
And
to
By
the
all
announcement
means.
to say like what I
why not?
had in
Just
mind
go.
might have to be set aside because
You
something
have to
needs
be
to be said.
impartial. You have to be
Banning
impartial.
banning topics like chismis in your no in your show, dude. That's nice. Like, oh, it's
And
banned. Wow, why?
besides those, so that's at 9 on Sunday, 9 p.m. So besides those, there are other channels. We have unboxing. We have games for two people. We also have Cardboard Buzz in Variable Play, where he was talking about do gamers think alike?
Yeah.
Different
That
disciplines,
episode
different
was
works.
fantastic.
I was
Oh,
That
happy
was
to be a part
good.
of that. It was fun.
It was really nice, and
polarizing ideas, which is
all of the
excellent. Great.
conversation really
Yeah,
really
I
good,
love how it was driven
we
out.
we have
and
that
the
one, and
editing.
the editing's superb, right?
Oh yeah, who
Ivan,
do
Ivan
you, Javi? I
good.
like how you look like as an icon.
And whew, and also you can check all of those on our channel, Variable Play channel on Facebook and YouTube, and we also have Pilipintados for miniatures, painting. We have everything that you might want
Actually,
to
All
consume for the
there's
week.
original
this one I
content.
wanna plug, which is uh I do
Solo
ru-
solo gamers too. Sorry,
yes, so
you
Solo
do
Board Gamers of the Philippines. On my end, I once a month I do a rule book read through. So
right,
it's basically
right.
the audiobook.
Read the rule book, read through
And the
ASMR.
next
ASMR
one,
rule books with Ron.
the next one that I am coming out with is Destinies. So, because I
Wow, how
realized
long is it gonna be?
the fastest way for me to learn a game is to
Hearing it,
just make
a video out
read
of it.
through about it.
So who knows? We might be seeing Rodney and teaching games with Ron's voiceover over the games. That's how it goes. Why not?
You really have to take it to like ASMR levels. Like you're just gonna take like while you explain the rules, you're gonna take the mini and like start rubbing it up against the mic.
I want to hear a laway.
Yeah,
Next
the
paragraph.
challenge is always at the very end when they have all of the credits, and now you have to start reading all of the different
Names,
names of
and you're
people.
gonna
I'm like,
butcher them.
I'm so sorry.
Sam, I can't pronounce your last name.
but
No, not
but
you. Skip.
but all of you, all of those and other shows you can check out on a Variable Play page. That's it.
Yes.
That's it for me for the weekly sketch. Ron,
All right, cool. Thank you, everyone, for everyone who stayed. Super thank you for making the time tonight. And we hope that you guys stay safe. We are of different, um, I don't know what version
of the COVID
we are
virus is
already
out
in,
now.
Yeah.
which release candidate. We are maybe some merge issues on the rules. But whatever the case is, um, we hope you guys stay safe and try to find time to sort of decompress, find time to play, and hope to see you guys again next week. Thank you for
Yeah.
joining us. Until next time.
Keep
See you
Bye,
safe.
guys.
everyone.
Keep
Bye.
Play more old games. Bye bye.